Daddy's finally back with the cigarettes. And by the cigarettes, I mean another Ocarina of Time video. That's right, guys. I've returned. I'm back for a new one. And in today's video, I want to talk about the Fire Temple in Ocarina of Time because I just got done with a recent playthrough of it not too long ago. And one thing that came to mind is how the Fire Temple is probably the most mid dungeon in all of Ocarina of Time, right? When you think of people's favorite dungeons, they always say stuff like the Shadow Temple, I don't know, the Forest Temple, the Spirit Temple. But I can't think of one person whose favorite temple is the good old Fire Temple, right? And I got to thinking about it, and there's definitely some ways that we could improve this temple and make it, a contender for that, dare I say, top tier of Zelda Ocarina of Time temples in the new 2026 remake. Right, so let's get into a couple ideas. I was kind of spitballing regarding this temple and how to make it great again. All right, so let's go into it. And I'm going to start out with probably one of the most interesting concepts, and that's just the boss of the dungeon itself. Right? I mean, this dragon is, it's built up to be so intimidating. Right? It's eating all these Gorons supposedly. Right? It kills the brother Darunia. Right? But when you get to the actual boss fight, it's just a cakewalk, right? You go through and you just completely stomp this dragon, right? The only thing difficult about the boss fight is the rocks that fall on your head, but you can avoid those. But I think during the boss fight, that was the only thing that actually damaged me. It's more of a spectacle fight than anything. So one thing they could do is they could upgrade the boss fight and make it a little more difficult, I think, add a few more elements to it. Just so they actually put up a fight. I want to actually die once or twice during this boss fight. That would be nice. It doesn't need to be Souls level hard, but it needs to be a little more difficult than what it was, right? And I think with the Goron rescues too, they could expand on that. I think they really need to go into the lore of the Fire Temple and who built it and who the dragon Volvagia is. That would be interesting, I think. I mean, is all the when you talk to them and you rescue them from the dungeons, they just bring up weed references about the Goron special crop, right? Every single time. They don't go into really like how they got captured, why they're there, the backstory of the temple, the backstory of the boss. They touch briefly on Darunia and what he's doing there. That's pretty clear, right? So that's one way they could improve it. I think another way they can improve the Fire Temple is by incorporating some mechanics or some atmosphere into the lava, right? Like, I don't know, have the lava spray or have the lava like flood places or come and get you, I think the lava is it's not really done well, right? I mean, you can just walk through it in some parts, like in that main chamber, without consequence. So that's one thing they could do is make the lava more appealing. Another thing they could do is make the mini boss more interesting. It's probably one of my least favorite mini bosses because you just have to wait for such a long period of time. And I'm talking about the Fire Dancer, right? The kind of scarecrow looking dude where you pull out the center of it and it's like a bomb guy and you have to slash him with your sword and you gotta run around the other side of the platform and hit him again with your sword and then run back. And I don't know, the whole fight takes like 5 to 10 minutes, and it's just you sitting there waiting for your next chance to attack this mini boss. And why is there 2 encounters with that mini boss? There should only be one, right? If it's going to take that long to complete, I think there should only be one mini boss encounter of that particular mini boss again. That's one of my least favorites. Number 2 is they can improve the enemy variety a little bit and get rid of some of the damn fire keys. I don't know if it's just because the controls of the N64 version, but the fire keys are just annoying. Right, every time you enter a room, they respawn, and you have to either clear them out with a bow or just walk past them or run past them quickly so they don't disturb you and your progress. But I think they should definitely add some new enemy types, some new variety into it, right? Like they have the Lizalfos in the original Dotongo's Cavern, right? Like what if you go back as an adult and you just absolutely murk them, right? That would be kind of a fun concept to apply to the temple. And when we talk about the Fire Temple, I think the most interesting thing about the original dungeon and on the original copy of the game was just the Muslim chanting that was in the background that eventually got censored out due to complaints. But I think they need to bring that back. You know what? Go ahead and bring that back. Bring back the chanting in its full glory. I think that would really help with the atmosphere because I'm not gonna lie. Out of all the temples, the Fire Temple has by far the worst music out of any temple. And I mean, there's some real bangers, right? You think about the Water Temple, great. Forest Temple, absolutely great. Spirit Temple, another banger. Shadow Temple, creepy and disturbing, but it fits the mood. Then you get the Fire Temple. Nobody really ever plays I'm going to play it in the video, but nobody really plays the Fire Temple music in any videos. So that would be something that would be interesting they could do. I want to see more of the Hell Yeah Brother Hernia in the temple as well. You just see him for that one little piece, and then he goes and dies and gets eaten by the dragon and becomes the Sage of Fire. But it would be really interesting to see what to do with that. The Megaton Hammer is kind of an interesting item choice, right? You use it in the temple, but then once you get outside the temple, you don't really use it a whole lot after that, at least from my recollection. I mean, I don't. So they can make the Megaton Hammer more interesting, maybe some new puzzles with it that, I don't know, better utilize it. It's just kind of an underwhelming item. It's probably the worst in Ocarina of Time, if I were to take a guess. And the last point I want to touch on is that they could improve the navigation in the temple. You know, it's got kind of a vertical layout, which is cool because you fall down those big pillars at the end, and that's always fun, right? But it is a little bit confusing. I hate the part with the maze where the fire just comes up and sprays you, and it's really inconvenient. And then you've got the boulders. Oh god, I hate the boulders. Those things, right? Just kind of a pain. They really detract from the dungeon in general. But I think if they add a new map system into the game, and they have like a full-on 3D map with verticality, I think would really help improve how you navigate the dungeon and just go about it. So yeah, I think that would be really helpful. But yeah, I think with the dungeon, when it comes to, you know, to recap, right, you get the Fire Temple, the most mediocre dungeon in the game as far as the adult temples go. It's probably better than the child ones, but it's nothing really special, right? It's over pretty quickly. The Fire Temple is it's the most mid temple there is, right? You could easily improve it, I think, anyways. I think there's, you know, the most interesting thing, like I said again, was the chanting. Bring that back, and then improve the boss a little bit. The boss is just too easy. It's a cakewalk. Cool boss idea. I like the design of Obagia, but I think it really needs a little makeover. I think they could do that, and they probably will do that. So yeah. Anyways, guys, these have been my thoughts on how to improve the Fire Temple in the new Ocarina of Time 2026 remake. If you guys enjoy all the videos, I've got more coming, so hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the summer, and I'm about 700, so I'm getting pretty close. I appreciate all you guys and all the new subs. Yeah, bang that bell too while you're at it if you want to. If you're feeling up to it, you don't have to, but it would help me out. So anyways, guys, this has been Matt from Top Tier. Until the next video, I'm out. Bye.